Hey friend, welcome to the Badass is the New Black podcast, where our motto is done is better than perfect. I'm Chrissy Chin, here on a mission to help you grow your business online, turn your leads into lifelong customers, and scale to six figures and beyond so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more. Most importantly, I'm a laid-back wife, a mom, a friend who started as a peds nurse, turned network marketer, and now a serial entrepreneur. This podcast is for ambitious people with an idea, a vision, but no idea how to get there. On this podcast, I'll give actionable steps to keep you moving forward while you learn new business strategies, better systems and processes, marketing, sales, all the things you need to build and scale a blissful business that keeps your pocketbooks growing. Grab a beverage, open up your notes app, and let's get to it. Today on the podcast, we're revisiting the Ask Me Anything series where someone that listens to the podcast records a question, sends it in. It's super easy. You go to the website, thechrissychin.com, scroll down to the podcast, hit record your question, submit it, and then I answer. So today on the podcast, we've got Tate, who's going to ask her question here shortly, and I'm going to answer. And we're going to talk about niching. Why is it important to niche down? How does it affect your business? When do you do it? When do you go more broad? So this is a very popular topic that I love talking about. It's a question that so many people have. So before we get to her question and then my official answer, I want to encourage and invite you to download my free workshop and guide. It's called Turn Your Knowledge into Profit. If you have an idea, you want to get your business online, you want to leverage a digital offer, something that might be a little bit more scalable so you can have a business generating money while you're off doing the greater things in life, having brunch with your friends, going on trips, even while you're sleeping. Then I would love to have you download this free guide, Turn Your Knowledge into Profit. It's going to help you hone in and identify what is this thing that I could be offering online? What is this business that I could be starting? What is this, course that I could be creating? Maybe you have an existing business and you're stretched thin. And you want to kind of expand with a new digital offer. If you need a little bit of clarity on that, this guide is going to be perfect for you. It's going to take you through a series of questions, help you get some clarity. And then I've got a guide that's going to show you how to take this idea, this knowledge, this skill that you have and launch it into a profitable business in just 3 weeks, working, less than 5 hours a week. So if you have a little time every day or a few hours, or a couple days a week, you're going to be able to launch this business online, start generating revenue, expand your revenue streams so that you can have more money coming into your household and you can just be living a happier life, doing something that gives you purpose and fulfillment and serving others. So again, go to thechrissychin.com/profit to download the free worksheet and guide.
Hey, Chrissy, this is Tate. I am one of your BBB students, and by the way, loving it. It is awesome, everything I needed. And I have a question for you. So my business is called Nutrition Uncaged. I am a dietitian, diabetes educator, health coach, and I am helping nurses basically prevent or reverse their type 2 diabetes. Where I'm at in my business is I'd like to get some affiliate programs in there to help drive my business. I'm new to this. So my question is, do I narrow the niche like I did with the program that I have, or do I broaden it more to like a full nutrition? And I'm not sure which one to do, so I'm looking for your professional opinion on this. And that's the question that I have. So hopefully you're having a great day. I appreciate your advice.
Tate, I love this question. Thank you for asking it because it's a really popular one, and a lot of people struggle with niching down or knowing when to niche down or when do I go broad. And I hear it time and time again, but I can help everyone. You're a dietitian and you help with nutrition. And so you could help a lot of people with your knowledge. But the problem when you don't get really specific and honed in on who you want to talk to, who you want to serve, is that you end up speaking very broadly. And so this does a few things that affect the success of your business. When you speak to people, you're speaking in a very broad manner. And so people have a hard time really knowing and understanding, is this for me? okay, Tate helps with nutrition, but I kind of want to help with nutrition, but it's still not very clear as to like if this is the program for me, or if, I should keep following her for tips and advice. Or the other thing that happens is when you're really broad, but you actually really want to be working with a very particular person, you're just too afraid to actually say, I really just want to work with this type of person dealing with this, looking for this outcome, is that you're broad on all the things that you do, your website and your social posts, because you've got this nutrition knowledge, and you're, speaking very generalized about like eating better and getting healthier. And then you go and release a program that is to help people reverse or prevent type 2 diabetes. Let's just say even people in general, not even nurses particularly. You're going to have a whole host of people on your email list, and they're going to be like, well, that's not me. I'm not pre-diabetic, or I don't have diabetes. And then they're not going to jump into your program. So you're going to have wasted a bunch of time kind of being broad and trying to include everyone, and then have this offer that's a bit more specific to help someone with a very particular outcome, and they're not going to be the right people. So I love that you have, kind of made this decision, it sounds like already, to speak to nurses who want help preventing or reversing their type 2 diabetes. It's very specific, and don't let that scare you, because there are so many nurses out there, and so many nurses out there that can use support in this area. And because you're speaking to that audience, you're going to use examples that resonate with that audience. You're going to use language that resonates with them, and use examples of where they're at and where they want to go that resonate. And they're going to say, yes, this is exactly what I need. And they're going to jump in. It's going to be very clear that you can help them with this problem that they're having. And the great part about it is that even though, let's say you speak to nurses specifically, I'm almost 100% positive. We'll say 99.9 because, but I'm pretty positive that you're going to attract people that are even outside of this nursing space. They're going to see you talking, sharing your message about, I think what's most important right now is that you're speaking to people who want to prevent or reverse their type 2 diabetes. And that's going to be the main thing. And sure, you could be targeting people that are nurses, health professionals, but that's kind of the main message there. And then people are, even if they're not a nurse, and you say like, hey, nurse is working the night shift, this happens to your body when you're working the night shift, which can, cause pre-diabetes, whatever the message is there. People are going to resonate even if they're not a nurse, if they're working third shift, or maybe they're in the healthcare profession and they have similar tendencies to, maybe they're in the care profession, maybe they work in a nursing home and they're not a nurse, maybe they're an aide, maybe, but they're in this profession of being the caretaker for someone. It could even be someone who's, a parent or something, and they're the caretaker for maybe a child with disabilities, and they resonate with the message because you're talking about, caring for other people and not taking care of yourself. Right? Someone else is going to resonate with that is not necessarily a nurse. And because there's lots of examples that you're giving and they're resonating with multiple, they're not going to say like, oh, but I am not technically a registered nurse, so I don't think this is going to help me. They're going to still jump in. So I think you're going to see that you will attract some people that are not nurses. But what I love about getting specific, at least in the beginning, is that you get very clear. And as a person who's starting out in the marketing space, getting online, starting to craft your message and get clear on your message and what you're putting out there on your website, on your emails, and your social media, is that it's actually going to become quite easier for you to create that content because you are very clear and honed in on who you're talking to and the kind of examples that you want to use to show them that you can help them and serve them. And so it just is a lot easier in the beginning to kind of niche down a little bit more. Even though you might be scared that you're excluding people, it becomes a lot more powerful and impactful, and people actually resonate more, and they can come to your social or your website and read what you're talking about and be like, oh my gosh, Tate's talking to me. She's literally describing my life right now. And so I know this is for me. So not only are you attracting the right person that's going to come into your space through your website and join your email list, they're going to be the perfect person to move on to your program, right? Because it's the same messaging that you're using in every space that's going to lead them right to the program, as opposed to if you're speaking very broadly about nutrition everywhere else and helping people with nutrition, and then you're like, and now join my program to help prevent or reverse type 2 diabetes, and be like, wait a minute, that's not why I'm following you. I'm not pre-diabetic. I don't have diabetes. And then you're going to see the conversions drop. So don't be scared about niching down. Love that you're niche. The great part is you can always expand out. You can always change your messaging. Every time we do a launch, we tweak our messaging. We see the students that we attract in and we say, okay, I think actually this is a bit more of our ideal customer, mostly because we know that we can help a particular type of person with their business and what they want to do more so than someone who's doing drop shipping, right? And so it's like, I'm going to tailor my message to be actually a little bit even more specific so that I can bring in the right people. And like this launch was just evident of that we brought in so many students that feel like just the perfect customer. And so when that happens, everybody's happy. You're happy because you're working with people that you really want to be working with. They're happy because you are able to help guide them to get the best result because they really are the best client for you. And so it really is a win-win for everyone. And over time, I see this in so many businesses, as you grow and expand and start attracting even other people outside of the niche that you're speaking to, your message might broaden, and that's okay. You might have other programs and offerings that are now more open to other people outside of just the nursing community, and that's okay. But I think it's really powerful to, when you're getting started, be super niche, and know exactly who you're speaking to, so the messaging can be on point, so you can attract that perfect person. You can get great results for your customers, have great testimonials to be able to share, and you will just see over time things will evolve and expand. And listen, the things that you write on your website or in your emails, it's not in cement. It can be changed. You can go back and you can modify and you can tweak the messaging and expand your messaging when you feel like it's needed in time. So great question. Thank you so much for submitting it and asking. If you want to ask me anything about your business, something that you're struggling with, something that you want insight on, now is the opportunity to get some essentially private coaching from me through the podcast. And just like Tate's question, it's going to be a question that a lot of people have. So it's going to be super helpful and impactful for you to share your question on the podcast. To do that, you go to thechrissychin.com and just scroll down till you see the podcast. There's a little button to record your message. Record. Tell me your name, tell me your business, who you serve, what your question is, so we can give your business a little plug on the podcast, and I would be happy to answer your question. Tate, thank you so much for submitting this question. Keep plugging along in Build a Blissful Business. You're crushing it in there. I love watching your progress. And that's it. We'll see you guys next week. And I hope I have another question from someone out there listening that wants a little advice on their business. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this episode, I would love some support. And the best way to do that, so I can keep showering you with loads of actionable tips, is to hit that subscribe button. Leave a review or a comment if you're on YouTube, and share this podcast with a friend. And when you share it with a friend on social, please tag me so I can reshare your share in my stories. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out. I appreciate the heck out of you for showing up. And now it's time for you to take imperfect action so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more.